Okay chat, so welcome back to yet another video here on the channel, and today we'll be looking at how we can build a pedestrian friendly residential area in our city, really trying to help our pedestrians get around without having to use vehicles, without having to even interrupt the traffic and walking across roads, walking across roundabouts, which is just going to cause a massive traffic build up in our new pedestrian area. So straight into today's episode, we are going to head over to our new pedestrian area, and as you can see from the roundabout in which we put in last episode, this pedestrian area is going to be rather busy with two rather large entrances on to this area. If you haven't seen the last episode, do go and check it out, but we did lay out this little road network in regards to our new residential area. You can see here now these roads aren't exactly pedestrian friendly. There's no paths down the side. We will be implementing them ourselves, but there's no paths on the roads. There's no crossings on the roundabouts. They have all been turned off. They don't actually come with these roads, but we was planning on turning them off anyway. But we are going to have throughout this whole area what we call in the UK a redway. But it's something that basically runs across or beside the road. It will go under the road, come out the other side, again under the roundabout and over the other side. So you'll have the ability to go whatever direction you want at this roundabout, even if you are on foot, but it will all be under the roads. We do love an underpass here in the UK. We do love a redway. So today we're going to delve in to making these underpass and redways. Let's get into it. Okay chat, so even with mods, creating underpasses can be kind of difficult. We're playing around with a few different methods, but ultimately we have our redway running down the side of the road on either side of this road. Now we've tried a couple of different methods to use the underground tool in which we wanted to go under this. Unfortunately it keeps clipping the road, which obviously then doesn't look great. So we've settled upon using the method that we have on the right hand side in setting all of the terrain to this height. Obviously it's not going to go far back as this, and then essentially what we're going to do, if we just use our picker mod to grab our road, for example, let's just draw a small piece here and also over here, and then what I'm going to do is use the underground tool to bring these two together. Now as you can see, unfortunately it is very close to clipping the road. Obviously we'd need to do a little bit of work in how we're going to figure this out. We could just use the move it mod to pull this node back, which is going to stretch it a little. Me being me, I'm a little bit of a stippler. Now this one is a lot longer than this one. Okay, yes, I could pull this node back as well. But then it's not the same distance away, so I've got to play around with it and see how we can get this best set. I think it's going to be in regards to the paths we have either side and making sure that they're even distances off of this road. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use this side of the road as an example. So let's just delete those, use this. We want to use that standard. Okay, so that's fine. If we come out one full distance, that seems good, and then we come out this way, we now know that that line there is the same distance. This line here is also going to be the same distance. For some reason it's not going to let me go across. That's fine. Again, brilliant. Okay, now if we use our underground tool, what we're hoping is going to happen is this is going to work, and that does look rather spiffing, if I do say so myself. I like how level to the ground this is. That's going to look really nice. Obviously we'll make some connections underneath here so that they can cross all different sorts of ways, but I think we have our method. So let's do the same at this side then. So what we want to do first is we want to get our terrain tool. We want to come in here, we want that terrain, let's go for this, and then we want this right the way down. Again, we can go as close to the road as physically possible. Let's just get that bit done. I will butt this back up after, and then let's do the same here as well, which is all good. Again, it can be bigger than what it needs to be for now because we've not got any pedestrian zones in here. Let's just get the brush a little bit bigger, let's make it easier for ourselves. Okay, back to the picker. Let's pick this and we want to come over to here. Let's bring it over at 90, perfect, and go back. It's all good. Let's get rid of that and get rid of that. Now that to me doesn't look okay, so that might need to, let's get that sorted first and foremost, because we are going to want that the same. Actually there, isn't it? Okay, sweet, that's fine. Let's delete that side of it. Okay, I think we're good with that, so let's do it. For attempt number 2, let's go back into our underground tool. Let's do that, and I'm hoping now that when we spin this round, they are pretty identical. And do you know what? I don't think we're going to get it much better than that. I'm pretty happy with that, chat. I am rather happy with that. So there we go. That is how we're going to do all of our underpass. I guess we should add the next connection, which would be to use the picker. And then we go into our underground tool. What we're going to want is, I guess we could just do it straight under the road, couldn't we? Let's do that. No, don't do that to me. Why is it doing this? We definitely don't want that. Let's go back in, use our picker again. Underground tool. Am I picking on the right thing here? I am. Okay. Look at that, it's not quite clipping on the right thing, I don't think. Oh, it is. It is. We got it sorted, chat. There we go. So what they'll be able to do is they'll be able to come under here. They can come over to this side if they want. Bearing in mind it might be a little bit dark under there. In the UK, they're very well lit. It's maybe a little bit better in the UK. What we would do is we'd actually have it maybe a little bit further back out here. But I feel like that might break it. I guess we could try, but I think I'm going to be happy with that for now. So then what we would do is we would come back in, we'd fill all this in, and you wouldn't even notice here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and get this same scenario set out on every single roundabout. Things are coming along rather nicely. As you can see, we have quite a lot of our underpass in, at least our 4 main ones. We still have some ones, a couple to do in and around the other roundabouts. Now what we could do is we could make this really easy and just dig out all of this ground and have them at this terrain height and build the houses within that. But I don't want that. I want to have this so that at least it looks simultaneous, right? Okay, the only ditch you're going to have is going to be the path, right? Which is fine. That's totally okay. We'll have like a little bridge piece that maybe comes over to allow obviously the cars in. Now we've got to think about how we are going to get this all sorted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly just finish off one piece. I think we're going to go for this middle piece up here as like our test area, as we work the in and outs of this whole thing. So let's just get this path connected into here. I don't know whether I'm going to have another one over here. I probably should, but what's making that very difficult is the water. We certainly don't want anything connecting in over there, so we might not have one over that side. In fact, we might have it so it goes this way and then comes out, and we might continue the park area in and around here. In fact, that is what I'm going to do. So over this side, what we've just done over here is what we want to do over there. So we will grab our terrain, we will say we want this height, and I'm going to say, look, just come back over here a lot. This side probably going to need to come quite far back just for now. That looks good. Then what we're going to do is use our picker, grab our path, and again we're going to come off the same distance as what the other ones were. I think they were literally, yeah, just the first node back. Let's just come to here. That seems okay. That comes out to there. This one comes out to there. Let's just take this on a little bit more, and this one on a little bit more. Then we can delete both of these. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Served your purpose. Back onto our road, into our underground tool, and connects. They should be pretty much the same. Looks like to me they are. Okay, all good. Okay, so that's fine. That's fine. This is going to be fine. We don't need this anymore. That was just there to help us out. So was that. So was that. And so was this. And all of this. That's fine. What we are going to do is we are going to now get this. And we need to connect these up. So first and foremost, I'm going to come out of here. We're going to say you can come out this far just as a straight line. And then what we do need to do is we need to start lifting this. So in fact, if we say, if we use the curve tool, I want to come round here. Okay, let's not then. Let's use the straight line up to say here. Then let's use this tool to come round here. And then again, we do that into there. Do you know what? That is okay. I'm okay with that. You're not really going to see a lot of these paths because of the trees that are going to go in and around it. I think we're going to do the same here as well. So if we use the straight line up to the same point, which should be that one. Okay, that's fine. Cool. And then we use the curve to come up and through. For some reason it looks like this one comes out a little bit more. But again, doesn't need to be symmetrical. I mean, they look sort of the same. It's okay. Okay, we're happy with that. This side is going to be a little bit more difficult. So again, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up. Let's just sort our terrain. Because again, I think that's going to be pretty helpful at this point. We just take, do you know what I'm going to do? For this test square, I'm just going to do this because it's all going to come back up, don't worry. So we're just going to move this into here. This is fine. Okay, let's grab our picker. And again, keeping this as snug as possible. This time in a straight line. So here, and then we're going to curve it. And then again, we're just going to curve this if we can. Into, do you know what? It probably could just curve into there. How's that going to look? Do you know what? That's going to look fine. That is actually going to be fine. Maybe could have done the same over here. Okay, cool. Looking good. Looking good. Like I said, this is probably going to turn into the path. So what we could do is put the road, the path straight up here now, and it could probably come back at this standard terrain. But we'll work on that in just a second. We also now need to get this one. Is get this. Again, symmetry doesn't need to be the greatest thing in the world, but I'm going to try and sort it if we can. I'm just going to say go to there, and then what I'm going to do is just bring this down to here, up, then we're going to get a curve, we're going up there and around, and then this one up here. Oh no, didn't want to do it. There we go. Yep, sort of works okay. This now can't. Oh, we don't want to delete that whole piece though. Why is it not just deleting this little bit? I guess that doesn't matter actually, because we are going to be getting rid of this anyway. Okay, last connection to be made is going to be up over here. I actually want to sort this out as well. I'm not liking it. So again, if we just grab this, and I'm going to come out here, In fact, we want to get this up as far as we can first and foremost. Then let's get our curve. It might be a little bit wonky. Do you know what? Treat it like a rally track. Gonna do the same over here as well. This is fine. And a little connection there. Doesn't look the greatest. Right, okay, so I think that is okay as a base for our test squares. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the movement mod now. What I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to pick this particular node just here. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to set this to terrain height. Now this is going to make a pretty nice connection. It will slope down, which is nice. It obviously now does ride a little bit above the road. So what we will have to do is we'll have to just come in here and we will just have to lift the road up a tad. I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference. So I need to go around and do a couple more of these. Obviously that's going to be a little bit different because we haven't filled in the terrain height yet. We've already done this side, it seems to have worked, and this side. So we're going to come over here and do this one. So I'm just going to come in again and just go set to terrain height. Nice, we didn't even have to height on that road there, which is really, really nice. And again, we haven't filled this one in. So our test square is looking rather nice. I mean, we still need to get our road connections in, which we'll look at just now, but I'm kind of liking it. I really am liking it. I mean, we can, this little bit that's showing here, we can get something there. We can put a rock there, we can put a bush there, we can detail it however really we want. This road, okay, will this path remain just a path, or will we have a crossing that they can cross in here? Because this is all going to be residential. It's going to be a lot slower roads. These roads out here, they're going to be 70 miles an hour, and they'll be coming off here into there. So you could probably have a crossing, and you would have something like that in the UK. So let's have a look at getting some roads in here and see what we can do. So we've just been having a look at a road in which we can use here. I really like these roads because they really do remind me of like the dual carriageways I have in and around my area. I'm not sure they're quite going to work for what we want though. I'm going to have a look at this road though. So coming into our residential area, we need a road that you can't park on because you wouldn't be able to park on this. I'm just going to come straight out for now and have a look and see how that works. Now, this is what I was worried about with these UK roads. You can see that the central reservation is still there. Now, I think we can fix that. So if we was to now delete both of these roads, I think it fixes itself. I'm going to try this. I'm not sure whether this is going to work, so bear with us. I don't know why that wants to bend. It should just be a straight road. Let's just come out to here then. And then across. Why is it wanting to bend? Maybe that's because we didn't raise the terrain height. Okay, let's just put anarchy on and that should work. I mean, that works, but again, we still have the central reservation in the middle of the road. I think it's because it's the UK network, it's how it works, which is why we might need to change these roads out. The reason why I like these roads so much is because, like I say, in the area in which I live in, if I just bring up Google Chrome and I type in Milton Keynes, I mean, you probably just, good job I didn't have any weird search history there. That would have been kind of suspect, I guess. So all of these roads in Milton Keynes, like if I go onto the latest map, all of these roads are like dual carriageways. We can come down onto any of these roads. If we just come over, for example, like over to here, well, it literally doesn't. I can click on any road. I don't know why I'm making it such a palaver, but if I come down onto any of these roads, you'll see like it's a dual carriageway. And if you're coming down the road, for example, let's just head down the road. We're going to hit a roundabout. There's residential estates all in here. Both sides of this is residential estates. You can see here. So when we come to a roundabout, obviously we've got our ways we can go. That one's only a single. I now know where I am. I've got gym over here. We can go around the roundabout. This one coming up to another single. It's going to take us into another residential area. But the bit that I'm trying to explain to you, although this is an industrial estate now on the left hand side, if I keep coming further down the road, you'll see that we do have just this turning in, and I think this is how I'm going to do it. The central reservation obviously does stay there. It just means you can't go all the way across. You would have to go up and round, and I think that's how we're going to have to do it in game, because ultimately this is going to stay there. So we might just have to say, look, this is left turn only, and just have it as that, which I don't think is going to be too bad. Like if we go into our traffic manager, for example, and we come into here, it's going to say right and left. If I spin this round so I know which way I'm facing, we could do no right turn, so they have to go left and they have to come out here. I think that's going to be the best way. It best replicates Milton Keynes and the sort of mini Milton Keynes in which we're trying to build here. Just to go back to that as well, just to show like the redways that run in between this. I don't know if I can actually show you here. I'm not actually sure this estate has them. I'm pretty sure it does. Okay, let's go back to the other view. Yeah, so you can see here, like this, down there is like a redway, and that will run all the way across. So that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to build here. So I think I'm just going to go with this. You can only turn left out of here. That's not a problem. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you think of it. Do you like the central reservation staying there? I think we're just going to have to deal with it. Okay, so now that we've decided that we're going to keep it as this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this pathway just a tad. So I'm going to get rid of this and this. Then I'm going to take this, and we can have this now coming basically straight out from here. This is not a problem. We're going to do that, and then we will use the curve tool to make a nice connection. Oh, that's going to be too tight. Let's just do it one. Still going to be pretty tight, isn't it? That's fine though. Then we're going to come up here into there, which is nice, and then just bend this round as well if we can. Again, that's going to look a little bit dodgy, but it is what it is. And then using the same over here, let's just get rid of this one. Use the picker, and then just bring this out as far as we can straight down. I think that's going to work. Maybe went a tad too far. We did indeed. So let's just get rid of that piece, and then let's use this, and let's just go to say here. It's good. Then what we're going to do is use the curve to come out. Do that. That's fine. Let's use a little bit of straight. Good. Curve. Beautiful. It's going to look perfect. It's not going to look perfect, but it's going to look okay. Brilliant. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use node controller, or at least we should be able to use node controller to put in a cross in here. So let's have a look at that. So if we press Control N, I believe it is, and then we're going to say in here, we can't quite line it up. Let's get as close as we can. Brilliant. Yep, perfect. So we're going to put a crossing in. As you can see, it's going to be flat. The shift, how big is this? Let's do 10. We're going to do, oh no, we don't want to be doing that. We don't want to be doing that. 0. Okay, cool. Markings, yes, no, we want markings. And if we stretch it to 150, is that going to make much of a difference? No, we don't want to be doing that. Let's put that straight back to 100. For some reason, I don't know why the markings aren't coming up. We might have to do that ourselves. But okay, I'm happy with that. We've got a crossing there. Shouldn't be any traffic lights on it. There's not. I mean, it's fine. We don't have crossings. We're going to have to go in and do that ourselves with surface paint up. But I like it. So basically, they can cross there. And then obviously, if they're crossing over the main roads, they go underneath the tunnels. We're obviously going to be building out the road infrastructure in here. We need to go and enter or add one of these into pretty much each quadrant in here. So let's get that sorted. Okay chat, so I hope you was enjoying the montage. As you can see, we have spent hours plopping down houses, really trying to make these areas pop. You can see we have left a couple of areas available. Over here we are going to have a sort of a mini commercial area. Obviously we have our school. We're not really going to build that probably until we've hit university, until we've unlocked that. Once we've unlocked university, this is going to be a huge school complex. This path here will probably run over to the other side as well, giving everyone ease of access over to the preschool, the elementary school, the high school, and the university. Hopefully we'll be able to fit all that in here. As you can see up the top here, we still have all of our room for our park, which we know we are going to be putting in. And then this area over here I have left blank. We have put a district on it, and we have put the houses in which we want to grow in on that. They are very similar to the houses that are in and amongst here, but I wanted to sort of give the game an opportunity to sort of come in and plop down the houses and put them in where they think. I mean, this took me forever, plopping down all these houses, micromanaging it, really using the Move It mod in order to get them all how I wanted them. But like I say, over in this area, I'm going to allow the game to do what it thinks is best. It might turn out horrendous, it might not. Let's zone it in and see what happens. We still do have some demand for residential. So if we get the zoning tool, I'm probably just gonna, let's just do it this way. Probably gonna be easier. All of this is gonna be residential. I mean, some of these plots might not get filled. I don't think I have houses for 2x2s, quite frankly. But I mean, we might have to go around and still plop some houses in. I should have just, why am I doing it like this? Let's just blanket it. Oh, that's why, because I didn't want those in. Let's do that. Sweet. And then over here we can just pop it in like this, and let's get this bit in as well. This is going to come all the way out. These are going to be bigger houses. Don't think we've actually, let's not zone this bit in down here because we haven't put our area to go, our district to go down this far. So let's just do that and we'll see what grows in. I don't think it's going to be as good as what we've built over here. Some really nice areas in my opinion. Some of them are a little bit more straightforward than others, but I'm really liking it. So different houses, a lot of the houses similar. As you can see, we've got some paths running down the back again just for ease of access. All of these paths, they intermingle with this, they go under the road, etc. So I'm really excited to see what will happen and see all the Sims, I guess, buzzing around the city using the underpasses. All of our roads have been upgraded as well now, so you'll see that they have dedicated turning lanes. We turned the right turn off here, so they shouldn't be going up under here. Don't like the fact that he's parked there to potentially go off into the dog park without a dog, but it is what it is. Guys, let's get this filled in over here. I'll let the game fill it in. But if you are enjoying the episode, or if you have enjoyed the episode, it would be very much appreciated if you could drop a huge thumbs up on this video. I've probably spent a good 15 hours making this episode. It's crazy. It's crazy. I've got so into ploppable houses. This is why I feel like I needed to do this, just to speed this episode up to get it out on the Sunday. But guys, I really do appreciate everyone who's watched this far. Love, respect, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.